that the rules about pets and exterior decorating, parking, the number of guests, and ability to rent may change over time. So you want to make sure that your situation is grandfathered in if the rules change after you take possession. Another big ticket item to think about is resale is important. There's a lot of turnover. People change their plans, they get sick, they die. Homes change hands as a result. If you're flexible about what you want in a home and don't absolutely need a new one, you're going to want to look at the resales. Chances are good you can snap up a bargain. Yeah, you might have to update it a bit, but you get what you want at a lower price, and you can put the difference into making improvements that you want. Just remember, it will take longer to sell your home because you're limited to buyers over the age of 55, and many new communities are sprouting up every year to compete with you. Buying a new home will most likely cost more than you planned for, so you want to find out what kind of deals are available. Just remember, when you're buying from a builder, the builder's in charge. If you insist on negotiating with the builder on your own, remember that the builder factors the realtor commission into the base price. They don't want you to know this and will be happy to pocket the money that would have been paid to a realtor who could represent you. Does the HOA have enough reserve funds to cover future expenses? Paving the streets, maintaining the pools, tennis courts, replacing gym equipment. Golf course will cost a lot to improve too. If the board is on top of things, they'll have a long-range plan that sets aside money for these big-ticket expenses, and they'll develop a long-range plan for doing it. Most boards will hire an outside consulting firm that specializes in that type of thing and to develop the long-range plan. Make sure you read the minutes of the board meetings if they're available. If it's a new community, that's going to be hard because you don't have a board yet. Are they clear and well written? Do the elections allow for new board members to rotate in? Talk to the residents to find out how their opinions of the board work, and talk to the board members to see how they feel about the future of the community. It's your new home, so investigate thoroughly. Spend time doing your due diligence up front so you can avoid headaches and regrets later on. You also want to ask board members, are they snowbirds or do they live there year-round? Living there year-round is obviously a better choice. Another thing you're going to want to find out about is healthcare and transportation. Don't assume that doctors are plentiful and accessible. Find out if the doctors close by are willing to take new patients. Some communities have on-site ambulance services to local hospitals. That can save precious time in an emergency. How remote is the community? Because of land costs and zoning, many communities are located well outside the hustle and bustle of a downtown area. So you're probably going to have to drive to go to the theater or a great restaurant or grocery store that has things that you like. So let's move on and talk a little bit about master plan communities. What are they and how do they differ from active adult communities? Well, a master plan community is a sensibly developed, large-scale residential neighborhood with many recreational and commercial amenities. They were designed to be self-contained mini cities that offer one place where people live, work, shop, and relax. And they're rooted, believe it or not, in ancient Greece, and they continued into the Middle Ages. They started in the U.S. in the 1930s, became popular in the 1950s, and have grown in popularity ever since. Builders understand now that a master plan community involves everyone, age-wise, diversity-wise, and amenities-wise. Speaking of amenities, amenities will include, golf courses, tennis court, lakes, parks, playgrounds, swimming pools, shopping, restaurants. Some will have schools, office parks, and much more. They have a small town feel, but the average community is on more than 2,500 acres, and it's self-contained. Everything in the community is limited to residents and their guests. It's different from a subdivision because that's based on the number of amenities it offers, and subdivisions don't have as many amenities. A community can be a large area, or there can be multiple smaller neighborhoods within the large area. There can be, like an area for townhomes or one for condos, another for single-family homes of varying styles and sizes with varying prices. Some of the pros of living in a master plan community, well, it's well laid out. Lots of acreage, paved walkways, well-maintained roads, well-lit, beautiful landscaping. And yes, There's often a golf course or two, so if you don't play golf, find out if the cost can be omitted from your monthly fee, or can you do a pay-to-play approach, which is best. Swimming pools, are there pools for children and separate adults-only pools? And how crowded do they get at popular times of the day? That's another issue. What other indoor and outdoor sports are there? Well, I mean, there's so many things coming up now. You have pickleball, walking trails, which I think is a must and separate from jogging trails. You want organized activities so you can meet your friends at your bridge club or other social clubs that might be available to you. How large is the clubhouse and how fancy is the fitness center? Picture yourself using the clubhouse or the fitness center. Do you have to get up at 5 a.m. to get to a treadmill, or are they available during the day as well? Chances are in a master plan community, there's going to be an activities director. How amenable are they to listening to suggestions for new groups and activities that you might want to participate? You also want to find out if the community what kind of medical facilities are in the community itself. A lot of these communities are large enough to accommodate even a small hospital, which makes it great for emergencies, but you want to find out how many doctors, and if they don't have as many as you'd like, how far is it to the nearest hospital or other doctors that you may have to go if you have to have a specialist, for example. And what's the security like? There should be secure entry and exit so that no unauthorized entry is permitted. Is there patrol at night? And what about trash removal and maintaining the grounds? Those should be excellent. You should see no trash at all. Everything should be beautifully manicured, flowers blooming, that sort of thing. In a large community, there should be several children's play areas. There should be appreciation on your investment. Master plan communities hold their value better than other types of housing options. And there should be convenience to other areas outside the gates that makes you want to go. Check out a shopping center or a grocery store that's beyond outside what you have available to you in the master plan community, because maybe you like a particular brand of something and it's only available at a different grocery store. The nice thing about master plan is house plans will vary, and you can choose from various interior and exterior plans. You don't have to have a cookie cutter house that looks like everyone else's in the neighborhood. One of the best parts to master plan is a mix of generations can live together. Many builders cater to blended families living under one roof. Grandparents enjoy grandchildren. Adult parents have a flexibility with work schedules. And it's a diverse population. Schools are on site usually, and the children can go to school. Parents can go to work. And grandparents and older adults have activities for them. So there's a lot to do, and the diversity is wonderful. But, okay, there's a few drawbacks you need to know. Again, like an active adult community, there may be HOA rules that you don't like. And if that's the case, then don't buy in a master plan community. Those rules keep the community clean and neat and hold or improve your value. Those rules add to the resale value of your home. You can't change the exterior color. You can't change the landscaping. Parking rules may not allow you to park on the street, so you want to find out where guests would park when they're visiting. There's usually special areas in the parking lot for guest parking, but you want to check that out. And as I said before, the shopping may not be to your liking, and you have to leave the community to buy at a grocery store, and prices may be higher as well. So you want to look at that when you're there visiting. And if you're prone to partying, you want to check the rules for after hours noise. You'll be better off using the clubhouse instead of your house. And again, as in an active adult community, houses tend to be built closer to each other, so privacy may be an issue. Do you like nosy neighbors? Do they swim late at night and cause noise if they have a pool in their backyard? And just remember, no construction changes will be allowed, so you need to find out what the requirements are if you want to make an architectural change, and be prepared to go through a really long process. All in all, master plan communities, I think, are going to be the wave of the future as builders figure out how to merge different generations together and accommodate with everything from assisted living to life plan living and starting the children when they're young. Everybody gets to be involved, and there's lots of things to do. And in future podcasts, though, I will be discussing alternative housing options that might be available. So keep tuning in. If you need to reach me, you can come up on my website, www.boomerhousingoptions.com, or you can email me at moveorimprovewithdebbie, DEBBIE, @gmail.com. And tune in again next time as we talk about multi-generational possibilities. Thanks for joining me today.